You've probably had this happen. You order fabric online, it shows up, and it's completely wrong. The color looks off, the texture feels cheap, or the print is way bigger than you expected. And now you can't even use it. I'm Sarai, and I've been sewing for almost 30 years and teaching you how to create a meaningful custom wardrobe for the last 15. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through some of the do's and don'ts for choosing fabric online, including a few small details that make a huge difference but most people completely overlook. That way you can order with confidence, get what you actually expect, and stop wasting money on fabric that never makes it into your wardrobe. I've ordered a lot of fabric online over the years, and I've made pretty much every mistake you can make. Fabrics that looked beautiful online but showed up dull, stiff, or completely different in real life. But once I started paying attention to a few specific things before buying, everything changed. And the biggest shift had nothing to do with fabric. It started in my own closet. This is tip number 1, and it's going to sound almost too simple, but it's the foundation of everything else. Investigate your closet to build fabric knowledge. Think about the clothes you actually love wearing, the ones that feel amazing and look great every time you put them on. Take a look at those care labels and write down the fiber contents. Is that perfect t-shirt 95% cotton and 5% spandex? Now check something you never wear. Maybe it's scratchy or doesn't move right. And note those fibers too. You're building your personal love it and never again list that'll guide every fabric purchase from now on. This simple investigation turns your closet into your personal fabric library. This personal database becomes your secret weapon for every future fabric purchase. So you can shop at any online fabric store knowing exactly what to look for and what to avoid. And speaking of building your fabric knowledge foundation, I put together a comprehensive fabric shopping checklist that includes all the decision-making questions and evaluation secrets I'm about to share. Download it for free using the link in the description. You'll have everything you need to order fabric online with complete confidence. Here's what you're really looking for when you're checking those care labels in your closet. And trust me, this single piece of information determines everything else about how a fabric will perform. Fiber content. Whether a garment feels too hot, gets clingy in weird places, or just doesn't feel right against your skin, it all comes back to fiber content. So that's tip number 2. Get specific with fiber content. Understanding fiber content isn't just helpful, it determines how that fabric is going to feel on your body, behave in different weather, and hold up over time. Natural fibers like cotton, linen, silk, and wool come from plants and animals. They're usually breathable and comfortable. They take dye beautifully, creating rich colors, but they do tend to shrink and wrinkle more. Synthetic fibers like polyester, nylon, and spandex are engineered. They're more durable, wrinkle resistant, and often less expensive, but they don't breathe the same way as natural fibers. Then you have semi-synthetics like rayon, modal, and lyocell. These start from plant material but undergo chemical processing to become textiles. Before you shop, think about what you actually need from your fabric. Do you need maximum breathability because you run warm or you live in a hot climate? Or do you want something wrinkle resistant because you travel a lot or hate ironing? Are you looking for natural fibers for environmental reasons or because synthetics feel uncomfortable on your skin? And here's where that closet investigation I mentioned earlier comes in handy. Are there certain blends you've discovered that you absolutely love? Use that real-world data to guide your choices. Here's where that fiber content knowledge becomes critical for your everyday life. Care requirements. You can have the perfect fiber blend, but if the care requirements don't match your lifestyle, that gorgeous fabric will never actually get worn. So that's tip number 3. Don't ignore care requirements. Ask yourself honestly before clicking buy. Will I actually hand wash this delicate silk every time it needs cleaning? Consider the costs beyond the price tag. Are you okay with ironing linen after every wear or budgeting for regular dry cleaning for wool? Even the most stunning fabric won't get worn if the upkeep doesn't match your actual routine. This honest assessment turns online fabric shopping from wishful thinking into practical wardrobe choices. Making this shift will save you from a closet full of unworn, gorgeous mistakes. Here's what to look for when shopping. Machine washable is your friend for everyday pieces. Dry clean recommended usually means you can carefully hand wash, but dry clean only means don't risk it. Pay special attention to fabric blends too. Sometimes that small percentage of a delicate fiber introduces additional considerations for care requirements. For example, a 100% cotton dress might be easy to care for, but add 10% silk and suddenly it needs special handling when washing and pressing. And when in doubt, buy a swatch. I'll talk more about swatch strategy later in the video, but for care testing specifically, you can wash and dry a small piece exactly how you plan to care for the finished garment. Does it shrink, fade, wrinkle beyond what you're comfortable with? Better to find out with a $3 swatch than $30 worth of yardage. The bottom line here is it's better to match your fabric care to your actual lifestyle, not your aspirational lifestyle. Your future self will thank you when you're reaching for clothes you can actually wear and wash without stress. Here's another aspect of fabric performance that's crucial to get right. drape. This one factor can make or break your finished garment, and unfortunately, it's also one of the trickiest things to predict when shopping online. When drape doesn't match your expectations, you end up with those disappointing moments where you had a vision of how the garment would look and move, but the reality is totally different. So that brings us to tip number 4. Use visual clues to predict weight and drape. Weight is pretty straightforward. It's literally how heavy the fabric is per square yard. Lightweight fabrics are usually under about 7 ounces, heavyweight fabrics are over 11 ounces, and medium weights fall in between. Many sites list this information, and if they don't, you can often request it. Drape describes how the fabric hangs on your body, how it falls and folds. The more drape a fabric has, the more it'll follow your body's contours without being clingy or looking stiff. Some examples of good drape fabrics are silk and rayon. They create that effortless, fluid movement. Less drape means more structure. The fabric will hold its shape and create silhouette independent of your body. Think of a sturdy pair of jeans or a tailored blazer. They keep their shape even when you're not wearing them. When you're reading descriptions, look for keywords. For good drape, look for terms like fluid, flowing, soft, falls beautifully. For structure, look for crisp, tailored, body, holds its shape. If you're thinking about working with knits, online shopping becomes tricky because what matters most about these fabrics is something you can really only test in person. If you've ever worn leggings or a fitted dress that started the day looking great, but gradually became saggy and shapeless as the day went on, you've experienced the difference between stretch and recovery. It's one of the most frustrating fabric fails because the garment seems fine at first, but doesn't hold up to actual wear. This brings us to tip number 5. Don't buy knits based on stretch percentage alone. Because if you're working with knits, understanding stretch percentage is only half the equation. Recovery is what determines whether your garment will maintain its shape. Since you can't physically test recovery online, the secret is looking for spandex or elastane content in the fabric description. Many shops list stretch percentage, but that's only half the story. You need to know if it'll return to its original shape. For everyday garments that need some stretch, look for 3 to 5% spandex content in the blend. For activewear that must hold its shape through serious movement, you'll want 8 to 15% spandex content. These percentages give you a baseline, but remember that closet investigation from tip 1? Apply it to your knits to discover what spandex percentages actually work for you. Now, whether you're shopping for knits or wovens, there's a fundamental mistake that trips up even experienced sewists when shopping online. We've all made the mistake of trusting that one beautiful cover photo, not realizing it might be styled, edited, or shot under specific lighting that doesn't represent reality. But here's the thing. The visual clues you need to make a more informed decision are usually there. You just have to look for them. That's tip number 6. Don't just look at the main product image. Scroll through every single photo in the listing. Look at the fabric from different angles and different lighting situations against different backgrounds. Fabric can look completely different depending on whether it's photographed under warm tungsten lights or cool daylight, whether it's stretched taut or allowed to drape naturally. Pay special attention to any photos that show the fabric in natural light or against neutral backgrounds. These are more likely to show you accurate color and texture. If there are multiple color options shown together, that can help you judge the true tones. Some listings include detail shots that show the fabric's surface texture or weave structure up close. These might not be as pretty as the styled shots, but they're incredibly valuable for understanding what you're actually buying. If you shop from a particular store regularly, start paying attention to how their photography translates to reality. Some product photos are very true to life, while others tend to make colors look more saturated or vibrant than they actually are. All of that photo analysis really pays off when you're dealing with printed fabrics, because there's one thing that's notoriously tricky to judge from online images: scale. Without good scale reference points, you might order a fabric with a print that looks perfectly sized in the photos, only to have it arrive with motifs that are way larger or smaller than you expected. That's tip number 7. Use reference points to assess print and texture scale. Look for any photos that include reference objects: coins, measuring tape, rulers, or hands holding the fabric. These are gold for judging actual scale. Some listings will actually tell you the dimensions of print motifs in the description. If it says flowers are approximately 3 inches across, try to visualize that scale. It might help to measure out 3 inches on a piece of paper or use your fingers as a rough guide. When there's no scale reference, try zooming in on the fabric photos. Sometimes you can see individual threads or weave structure that gives you clues about the actual size of print elements. For important projects, this is where ordering a swatch becomes essential. No amount of photo analysis can replace seeing the actual scale in your hands and being able to hold it up against your body to judge proportion. By now, you've heard me mention swatches multiple times, and that's because they're your safety net for so many of these online shopping uncertainties. But the key is knowing when they're actually necessary. Let me give you the exact framework I use to decide when swatches are worth it versus when I can skip them and order with confidence. Here's my rule of thumb. If you'd be genuinely upset wasting the money if the fabric doesn't work out, get the swatch. Those few dollars either confirm a great choice or save you from an expensive mistake. Most stores offer swatches for a small fee, and many offer them free with loyalty programs. This tiny investment protects you from major disappointment when expensive fabric arrives nothing like you expected. Your peace of mind beats the swatch cost every time. When your swatches arrive, test 3 crucial things. First, color accuracy. Hold them up to different lighting throughout your house. Near a window during the day, under your sewing room lights, in your bedroom where you'll probably wear the finished garment. Second, hand feel and texture. This is information you simply cannot get from photos. Is it soft or scratchy? Does it have a smooth surface or an interesting texture? If it's a knit, gently stretch it and rub it to see how it behaves. Third, weight and drape. Hold the swatch up and let it hang. Does it fall softly or does it stick out stiffly? Drape it over your hand or arm to get a sense of how it'll behave when you're wearing it. Use swatches to compare different options side by side. Take notes about each one. This builds your fabric knowledge for future shopping and helps you make the best choice for your current project. Don't forget to grab that free online fabric shopping checklist in the description. It has all these tips plus my exact evaluation questions so you never have to guess about a fabric purchase again. Everything we've covered so far has been about becoming a more confident fabric shopper, learning to read fiber content, decode photos, and understand scale. Reviews can be another helpful resource when you approach them with that same thoughtful mindset. That's tip number 9. Read reviews for objective information, not subjective opinions. Focus on consistent, factual feedback rather than personal preferences. Look for comments about things like color accuracy. If multiple people say much more orange than expected or darker than the photos show, that's probably reliable information. Pay attention to reviews that mention practical details. Does it fray excessively? Is it more or less opaque than expected? How does it behave when washed? Does it pill easily? These are facts that will apply to your experience too. And if several reviewers mention the same issue, like fabric arriving in multiple pieces instead of continuous yardage, or colors that don't match between different orders, take that seriously. Reviews from sewists who made similar projects to yours can be super helpful too. If you're planning a dress and someone made a dress from the same fabric, their experience is much more relevant than someone who used it for a structured blazer. And don't just read the negative reviews. Positive reviews often contain great information about successful projects and how the fabric performed in real use. Now, even with all of these strategies, sometimes things still don't work out. The color might be slightly off, the hand might feel different than expected, or you might simply change your mind about the project. That's exactly when knowing the return policy ahead of time becomes crucial. Which brings us to tip number 10. Check the return policy before you commit. Make it a habit to check the return policy before you add anything to your cart. Some stores are very flexible. Others have strict no return policies because fabric is considered a custom cut product. If returns aren't accepted, definitely order swatches first for anything you're unsure about. Don't be afraid to contact the store directly if you have questions. Most fabric store owners are sewists themselves who genuinely want to help you succeed with your project. Ask about hand feel, drape, or whether a fabric is appropriate for your specific use. Don't forget to keep track of your fabric purchases, whether it's a simple spreadsheet, a wish list, or just notes in a notebook. Record the fabric type, weight, color, price, and your experience with it. This makes it much easier to learn from both your successes and your mistakes, and you'll start to see patterns in what works for you. And now that you know how to choose fabrics online with confidence, you're probably wondering where to actually find those high-quality fabrics that live up to their descriptions and photos. Watch this video next where I share 5 of my favorite indie fabric stores that consistently deliver exactly what they promise, plus the specific types of fabrics I'd buy from each one and what I'd make with them.